I want to go out. Like, I don't want to leave the octagon like I did in the Islam fight where I'm kind of like second guessing everything. I want to be sure of it. I want to walk into the arena knowing that this is the last time I'm ever going to feel this. And that being said, bro, this whole camp, fight week, everything I'm going to do coming up in these next 2 months, I'm going to just try to embrace, because this is the last time I'm ever going to be put in this position and feel these nerves and get to walk out in an arena and fight another man. And what a legend. When they gave me Max Holloway, what a legend to be standing across from. You know, I said legends only, and he's definitely all of that.
So they accommodated you on the time of year, the location, of course. What about the opponent? Did you say, I know you said legends only, but did you specifically say Max?
No, dude, that wasn't the name I even mentioned to them when we started talking about this fight coming together.
Wow.
This location and retirement fight. I had threw out other names.
Okay, can I ask who those names were?
Topuria, Gaethje. I thought me and Gaethje would close the trilogy maybe. But this has been going on so long. Gaethje was matched up with Dan Hooker at the time that this really started taking place. So he was up, he wasn't an option at the time.
If you had a top choice, who would it be?
Man, that's tough, looking back, because I've been knowing about Max for a little while now, so I've kind of been selling that. Max is great. Like you said, I was his first fight in the UFC. He's my last. Like I said in my fight with Benoit Saint Denis, bro, this is the nature of the beast. Guys get old, young guys come in. It's just cool that the full circle moment like this, me and Max fought at the beginning of his UFC career, fought in the middle of his run, and now fighting at the end of my career. It's kind of cool. But closing the trilogy out with Gaethje means something to me too. But thinking about what he said in that interview, like, our families don't deserve this. Anytime me and this guy fight, it's going to be a head-on collision. Somebody's getting hurt, or both of us are getting hurt. We can fight 100 times. That's 100 hospital trips for sure. So, not saying that the Max fight won't be a war, because the last one definitely was. And but Gaethje said he was okay with closing this thing out 1-1. And the more I'm removed from that fight being an option, the more I'm okay with it too.
BMF title, its involvement in the fight was somewhat up in the air, because obviously Max has fought since. Was that something you asked for? They said, hey, we're going to bring it back for this one. How did that come about?
They brought it back. I didn't bring that up. I don't know if it has something to do with me pitching to Dane. I was in his office maybe 6-7 months ago or longer, telling him, hey, let's do a BMF tournament. And I pitched me, Gaethje, Max, and Hooker. So I don't know. Maybe that's why they put no clue, really.
By the way, to the best of your knowledge, did they ever seriously consider that tournament? Because it created a lot of buzz, I remember, when you first said it.
Yeah, me and Dana sat down in his office and talked about it. But he thought I was talking about like a few month tournament where the guys fight each other, then a few months later they fight again. I was talking about a one-night tournament. Like he told me nobody would sanction that.
Like old school, like you had to fight two times.
Yeah, I would be totally down with doing a 10-minute first round. Like if they wouldn't allow one night, 5 rounds each fight, or even one night tournament, 3 rounds each fight, it would be too many MMA rounds in one night for a guy. I would do one long first round, whatever you want, dude. I thought it would be a cool idea.
I think there are some commissions that would have sanctioned that, especially maybe like not the prime, the Californias and the Nevadas of the world, but I just don't know if the UFC is in that business anymore.
Bro, bring back 10-minute first round.
You like that?
Love that, man. Love that. And also, if we do it that way, let's go really far back. Like let's do a 10-minute first round, and you judge the fight as a whole, not round by round.
Oh, you prefer that?
At the end of every fight, I would rather the judge say, which guy would you be walking out of the octagon? Or which girl would you be?
Yep. That's Pride rules. That's how they did it in Pride.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. That's what I want.
Yo, could you imagine? You know what? I feel like every BMF, like what makes the BMF different? It's judged like that. I don't know if the commissions would go for it, but that would be
great. Every time there's a BMF fight, 10-minute first round, fights judged as a whole.
Yes. We're
soccer kicks allowed.
Yeah, imagine knees to a grounded opponent. That would be incredible. Would you want those? Are you saying?
Hey, we're getting close there, though. We're getting close, right? With the hands can touch, you can still boot somebody.
Yes. For this fight, you'd be down for that? For the Holloway fight?
100%.
Oh
100%.
my gosh, that would be unbelievable. Now, would it be a point of pride for you you win the belt, you win the fight, and they retire it?
That would be. I was talking to you about that out in Green Bay. That would be dope, man. To be the last BMF and kind of have that part in UFC history and fight history. But it's whatever, dude. I just want to get. I've never lost 2 in a row. So obviously, I lost my last fight to Islam. I plan to retire, keeping that same pattern. Yeah, dude. I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. You know, I'm making the most I've ever made in my career, and I'm walking away. It seems crazy, but I just want to be healthy. And I want to be a father and a husband and be home more, staying busy, being the daddest man, you know, being the daddest man. That's what I want to do.
What are the plans for the walkout? Anything special?
Dude, I might stick with the same mashup I did in Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was thinking. Here's the thing. I was thinking. My first fight in the UFC, when I fought Josh Grisby, I walked out to Lil Wayne. If Lil Wayne wants to walk me out in New Orleans, I'll walk out to Lil Wayne on my last fight.
Damn.
And switch up to James Brown.
Yo, that would be sick. Or Lil Wayne singing James Brown.
I might be pushing it, but I'm
okay.
down.
Maybe that's pushing it. Wow, yeah. Two Louisiana legends. Is this the? Have you made the request yet, or is this the official putting it out there in the ether?
No, I haven't spoken about it. This is the first time. Nah, I think I know for sure. I walked out my debut against Josh Grisby, dropped the world. So if he does drop the world, I'll come out to it in my last fight.
Oh my God! All right, I'm gonna call him after this. I'll put in a word and
hit him up. He has my number. If he sees this, tell him to hit me up. Hit me up, Wayne.
You and Wayne text?
I did this podcast once.
Okay. Hey, that's not bad. That works. By the way, speaking of DC, he never got the retirement fight in Louisiana. So once again, it's another victory for DP over him in the battle of who's the king of Louisiana.
Look, DC called me yesterday. Actually, he tried to call me. Couldn't answer it. I was busy. I was working in a yard. I was doing some landscaping duties. And then I called him back, and he's like, "Oh, damn, you really are a Louisiana boy. You don't answer my calls because you're outside doing yard work." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I'm here right now." So he understands what's going on.
Yeah, no, he gets it.